Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Guardian Darksider, and today I'm going to do a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. This is the deck I personally use, and it is bujins. So let's start off with the monsters. First off is the main monster you're going to want. It is Bujin Yamato. You can add any bujin monster into your hand, and then just discard one card from your hand during each end phase. Next, two Bujin Mikazuchis. It works if you have Yamato on the field, so you can get a Bujin spell or trap in your hand. Also, it has 100 more attack points than Yamato, so basically it's a stronger Bujin monster. Next, one bear. Good if you have tanky, then you can pop one monster on the field. One honest. Basically just increase one light monster's attack points, so like Yamato or Mikazuchi. Next, triple crane. You need this for your Bujin Beast Warriors. It doubles their attack points for one battle. Two Bujin G hairs. This is so it can't be destroyed by battle with card effects for one time. Next, two turtles. This works the same as hair. They both work in your graveyard. This stops our monster from being. This negates it from being targeted. And the last two monsters I use are two effect veilers. Good if you want to stop any monster effects. Usually stuff like Synchro X series monsters. You want to stop it during your opponent's main phase. Some people want to use Bujin Harum and Arasuda. I really don't need to use those. And if you don't have those two, then just stick with this. Alright, now let's move on to the spells. Triple Tanky. You can get this for either Yamato, Mikazuchi, or Bear. Either one, it works for them. Basically your main spell card. You want this. 3 Pots of Duality. Just good for finding other cards that you might need later on. 2 Forbidden Lance. Basically, it makes one monster lose 800 attack points and is unaffected by spell or traps. 2 MSTs. I really couldn't see a deck going without these. Destroy one spell or trap. 1 Dark Hole, just to destroy all monsters on the field. 1 Kaiser Coliseum. You can either run one of these or 2. I just run one right now because I don't have another. If I get another, I'll probably put it in. 1 Book of Moon. Good if you want to stop your one monster from being attacked, just put it in face down defense mode. Bujin Carnation. You only need one of these. The odds of it actually being necessary are low, but it does help, honestly. It helps a lot. 1 Bujin Intervention. This card you don't really need that much, but it can stop one monster from ever being used again. It can help with any monster that has greater attack points than one of your monsters. So it can basically stop most decks. And 1 Foolish Burial. Just you want to send one monster to the graveyard like Hare or Turtle. Okay, let's move on to the traps. 2 Bujin Regalia of the Swords. You can basically target one Bujin monster in the graveyard, add it to your hand, or target a banished Bujin monster and put it in the graveyard. Good for Hare or just Beast Warriors. 1 Mirror Force. Again, this is a card that you can have 2 of, and if I get a second Mirror Force, chances are I'm probably going to put it in. 1 Solemn Warning. This is a very good card if you just want to stop something from being summoned, or it can also work with XC summon or Synchro summon. Just stop that. Costs 2,000, but it's definitely worth it. 1 Fiendish Change is to stop any effect monster. This can definitely help with XCs or Synchro monsters. 1 Bottomless. This can help with any monster that has 1,500 attack or more. When it's summoned, it's banished. This can stop most monsters. 1 Black Horn of Heaven. But you gotta realize this can only stop things like Synchro monsters or Xyz monsters. Only monsters that are summoned by their own effect can be negated. And 1 Breakthrough Skill. It can basically stop one monster's effect, and then it can be activated again in the graveyard. That's the main deck. Now it's time for the extra deck. First off, 1 Bujintai Kagutsuchi. You're not going to use this one too much, only if you already used your Susanowos. And there you go, 2 Bujintai Susanowos. You really only need 2. It's basically attack all monsters, and you can detach 1 for material and just bring a Bujin monster either to your hand or to the graveyard. 1 Bujintai Tsukiyomi. Again, you're not going to really need to use this card unless you don't have Susanowo. 1 Starliege Paladynamo. This has when we matches the tournaments. It basically, you detach both materials from it, and then you can target one monster, its attack becomes 0 and its effects are negated. One Utopia. I've never had to use this card, but it can help. It can just stop attacks basically on itself. One Constellar Omega. It can stop itself from well, for one turn it can be stopped by it can't be stopped by effective spell or traps. And if you have M7, I definitely recommend using this card with it. One Black Ship of Corn. Basically, you detach one monster with lower attack points is destroyed, and your opponent takes 1,000 points of damage. One Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King. This card can help if you just need fire formation cards, but it needs Beast Warriors, so it might be harder to XC summon. One Photon Pauper Operative. This is another card that I've never used once, but it honestly can help if you use Susanoo. One Diamond Direwolf. This card is honestly good, but it does require you to have another monster and then to tribute it. So, you can possibly use this. One Steel Swarm Roach. This can help with stuff like Dark World cards. Basically, you detach one, and you can negate the summon of a level 5 or higher monster. You can negate that summon. Up next, Maestroke. Basically, this is a card that most bujin decks have, but you honestly never use, because the odds of you using it are extremely low. One Cowboy. Basically, if you don't know Cowboy, when it's in defense mode, you can detach one, your opponent takes 800. Good way to end duels. And if you have Effect Veiler, then you might want to add Ally of Justice Cataster. Basically, with this card at the start of the damage step, this card battles a non-dark monster, then it's destroyed. Anyway, that's the bujin deck profile. If you have any opinions or any other deck profiles you want me to do, I suggest you let me know. If you have anything that you thought was wrong with this deck that you want to tell me about, I'd honestly listen. So rate, comment, and subscribe as always, and I will see you another time.